Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I am Sakshi and we are going to discuss daily current affairs and we are going to discuss daily current updates on 19th October 2020. But before beginning, I would like to introduce you with SSB Crack Exams. If you are a defense aspirant and preparing for defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, Territorial Army, you can always visit our website. There you will find the courses, mock tests, quizzes related to the courses. You can also follow us on our social media platforms for instant defense updates and notification like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Telegram. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and download our mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store. So let's start our session with the question of the day that I asked you in the last session. So the question was, what is Operation Green? What is Operation Green? See, Operation Green, it comes under Ministry of Food Processing Industries. First thing, it comes under Ministry of Food Processing Industries. The Finance Minister of India, he announced the Operation Greens in the budget of 2018 and 19 on the lines of Operation Flood. What is Operation Flood? That you guys will tell me in the comment section. Okay, so it is in the line with the Operation Flood, Operation Green. Now let's understand what is Operation Green. It is a price fixation scheme. Fixation of the price will happen here. The aim is to ensure the farmers are given the right price of their product. The farmer should get the correct price of their product. This is the main aim of this particular scheme. Operation Green, it seeks to stabilize the supply of tomato, onion, potato, which is commonly known as top crop, and to ensure the availability of these three top crops throughout the country round the year through the price volatility, so that the shortage of this top crop will not happen in any part of the country, okay, or in any part of the year. Okay, so this is Operation Green. And NAFED is the nodal agency for the implementation of the price stabilization measure. NAFED is National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited. Okay, so this is about the Operation Green. I hope you understood. Now let's start our day with the first important update that we have. It is the Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana. Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana, it is an initiative of the Ministry of Culture. Actually, the Ministry of Culture, it issued the guideline for the holding of the cultural events through virtual mode under the scheme component of Central Sector Scheme, which is Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana. Now, the cultural events will be happening in the virtual mode. So, guidelines will benefit artists and institutions by providing the alternative service through the digital platform. As you know, the actual program cannot happen due to the COVID-19. So let's talk about Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana. It is an umbrella scheme under Ministry of Culture. It is a central sector scheme. Okay, the aim of this scheme is to promotion of the art and culture in the country. Now let's understand what are the sub-scheme through which the financial assistance is provided to the cultural organization under this particular scheme. So the sub-schemes are Scheme for Financial Assistance for Promotion of Art and Culture. Second, Scheme of Financial Assistance for Creation of Culture Infrastructure. And third, Scheme for Safeguarding the Intangible Cultural Heritage. So these are the three sub-schemes under Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana, under which the financial assistance is provided to the various cultural organizations. So this is Kala Sanskriti Vikas Yojana. Now let's move ahead. In next important update we have is about the Government of India is about to make the trans fat free India by 2022. Okay, so recently our Union Minister Harshvardhan ji, under the Union Ministry, he said that the government is aiming to make India trans fat free by 2022, which will be a year ahead of the target set by the World Health Organization. So let's understand what is trans fat. First of all, trans fat or trans fatty acids, they are form of unsaturated fat. Okay, and it is a food toxin which is present in partially hydrogenated vegetable oils, baked and fried food, which is very common in these days in our food culture. It is the major contributor to the rise in the non-communicable diseases in India as well. Also, when it comes to artificial trans fat, it may increase the risk of heart diseases as well. In the year 2018, World Health Organization launched a plan to eliminate trans fat from the global food supply, and the target was set by 2023, but India is about to be trans fat free by 2022, and it was announced by the government. Okay. Moving ahead, next update we have is about the Global Hunger Index 2020. We are going to discuss about the Global Hunger Index 2020. It was recently launched. It is an annual report. It publishes every year, and it is jointly published by Concerned Worldwide and Wealth Hunger Life. Okay, these are the two organizations who publish the Global Hunger Index. Now let's jump to the key findings of this report. What is the report for this year, especially in case of India? So India scored 27.2 and it has been capped in the serious category. It ranked 94th out of 107 countries. There were total 107 countries under this index, and India is ranked as 94, which is a point of concern. And India has been ranked even lower than the neighbors. Bangladesh ranked 75 and Pakistan ranked 88. Apart from it, there are some more findings. India has highest prevalence of the wasted children under 5 years in the world, which reflects the acute undernutrition in India. The child stunting rate in India was 37.4%, child wasting was 17.3%, and the undernourishment rate of India was at 14% and child mortality at 3.3%. So these are the key findings of Global Hunger Index 2020. Now let's move ahead, and the next update we have is about the Kapila campaign. So what is Kapila campaign? It comes under basically Ministry of Education. Our Union Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal ji, he recently launched a very new campaign. It is known as Kapila campaign. It stands for Kalam Program for Intellectual Property, Literacy and Awareness, and this was launched in the birth anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. Okay, and this is for deepening the patent culture in India, and we'll understand how. So under this campaign, students who are pursuing the higher education, who are pursuing education in the higher institution, they will get information about the correct system of application process for what? For patenting their inventions, and which is why it is important, and they will be aware of their rights, what the rights they have for the patenting, and it is going to help the patent in the inventions which will lead India towards the self-reliance, which is the Atmanirbhar. So under this, the Institution Innovation Council annual report was also presented on the occasion, the IIC 2.0 report, and the launch of IIC 3.0 was also announced, and it has also been decided to celebrate the week of October 15 to October 23 as the Intellectual Property Literacy Week. This you need to remember, this can be in your examination because this is very recent. October 15 to October 23rd will be celebrated as the Intellectual Property Literacy Week. Also, IIC 3.0 website was also launched. So let's talk about what is IIC, Institution Innovation Council. It was established by Ministry of Education in the year 2018. So far, IICs have been established in about 1700 higher educational institutions, and IIC will be established in the 5000 higher educational institution under Institution Innovation Council 3.0. So this is the aim. This is about IIC. Now moving ahead, next update we have, it is about the Mission Shakti. Recently, Uttar Pradesh government has launched the Mission Shakti. It is a woman empowerment campaign. It is a 6-month-long woman empowerment campaign, and the aim is to raise the awareness and tackle the crime against the women in the state. So you know that in the recent past, the state has seen various disturbing scenes as far as the women's safety is concerned, be it a Hathras case, or we have already discussed the Crime in India report recently, 2019, and under that report also, in the number of the cases of the rape of a woman belonging to the SC Rajasthan, it topped the list, and which was followed by Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh has a very long history when it comes to the crime against women. So this is in the wake of same. So what is Mission Shakti? Under Mission Shakti, different awareness and training programs will be conducted regarding the various schemes for the protection, respect and self-reliance of women and girls. Women nodal officers have been appointed by government in all the districts for the campaign execution and monitoring of the campaign. So this is Mission Shakti, okay, which was launched in the UP. Now moving ahead, and another update, it is also from the Uttar Pradesh. Now Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ji has ordered to establish women help desk in each and every police station in the state. There will be women help desk in every police station, and generally women hesitate in registering their complaints with male cops or male police in the police station. Keeping this in mind, women police personnel will be given the charge of these women help desk so that every woman in the state can register her complaint freely and fearlessly. So this woman police personnel, which is deputed on the help desk, she will not only listen to the complaints of the woman but will also be ready to help them anytime. The women cops are also deployed at major crossing in the big cities including the state capital Lucknow, and it also has made arrangement to drop working women to their homes at the odd hours. Okay, this is very important. So this is it about the women help desk. Now let's move ahead. Next update we have, it is about the world biggest zinc smelter project. So Gujarat government, it will be set up in Gujarat. Gujarat government has signed a pact with Vedanta Group firm Hindustan Zinc Limited to set up greenfield zinc smelter in the state, and by this it will be the world biggest zinc smelter project. Okay, so Hindustan Zinc Limited is about to invest rupees 10,000 crores to set up the biggest zinc smelter in the world. The proposed 300 KTPA production capacity project would provide big employment opportunity to the local youth in this tribal area, and the first phase of the proposed plan will be operational in 36 months. So let's understand what is smelting. So basically it is a process by which heat is applied to extract a metal from its ore. The process is used to extract copper, iron, silver, zinc and other base metals. Okay, simple. Now let's move ahead. Next update we had is about the Thalassemia Bal Seva Yojana. So Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, he launched the second phase of Thalassemia Bal Seva Yojana. It will be the second phase. It is for the underprivileged thalassaemic patients, and it will be extended for 2 years from now, that is from 2020. So basically this particular project, this particular Yojana was launched in the year 2017, and this scheme is a Coal India CSR funded hematopoietic stem cell transplantation program, and it aims to provide one-time cure opportunity for hemoglobinopathies like thalassemia and sickle cell diseases for patients who have a matched family donor. So what is thalassemia? It is a chronic blood, basically it is a chronic blood disorder, and it is a genetic disorder due to which a patient cannot make enough hemoglobin found in the RBCs, which is red blood cells. Okay, so this is about it. This is a second phase of this scheme. Okay, now let's move ahead, and we have important day. So 17th October, it is observed as International Poverty Eradication Day. So it is celebrated across the globe every year on 17th October to raise the awareness about the people who are struggling and living in the poverty. So International Day for Eradication of Poverty was instituted by United Nations General Assembly by adopting a resolution on 22nd December in 1992. Since then, 17th October, it is observed as International Poverty Eradication Day. So this is it about it. Now let's move ahead and talk about the current COVID-19 situation in India. So as per 18th October 2020, the active cases are, the total cases are 74,94,551, out of which the recovered are 65,97,209 and active are 7,83,311, under which death have reached to 1,14,031. In this chart, you'll see a cumulative positivity rate. dips below 8% as testing continues to rise. Okay, so this is the data. In this you'll see the total test conducted, and it is the positivity rate. Now it is time to revise this entire session with the quiz. Try to answer these questions. So the question for you is, what is India's rank in Global Hunger Index 2020? 50, 72, 94, 100. So India's rank is 94. Next question, Kapila campaign is an initiative of Ministry of Education, Ministry of External Affairs, Tribal Affairs or Home Ministry. So it comes under Ministry of Education. Next question, world biggest zinc smelter project it's to be set up in which state? Gujarat, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. So Gujarat will be the state under which the world's biggest zinc smelter project will be set up. Next question, International Poverty Eradication Day is observed on 13th October, 17th, 18th or 19th October. So it is observed on 17th October. Now it is time for question of the day. Try to answer this question in the comment section. So the question for you is, what is Geneva Convention? You need to answer this. The key highlights, the basic thing about the Geneva Convention. In the comment section, we will discuss complete detailed answer about the Geneva Convention in the next session. Till then, stay motivated, work hard. Jai Hind.